Hey guys, welcome back to another JC Tennis video. So Stefanos Tsitsipas, he won Dubai just a few hours ago. He was a remarkable 0-11 in ATP 500 finals. He's won plenty of Masters 1000s, but he was 0-11 in ATP 500 finals. And he finally got his one today against Felix Auger-Alliasime. He won in straight sets, 6-3, 6-3. We're going to look through some of his quotes, some of his thoughts on this big win. He wasn't playing great tennis, man. He was really having a tough time. First round out at the Australian Open. This is a guy we've all watched for years. We've all kind of seen the progression of his career play out in front of our eyes. So it's cool to see him win a pretty big tournament like this on hard court. It's just, I think a lot of people are happy for him in the tennis world. But let's jump into this. So this article talks about a lot of what I just talked about. First round out against Mickelson. I think it covers his 11 ATP 500 finals losses there. And then this is another thing to note. I noted this in a video a few days ago. He changed his racket before this tournament. And Alcaraz also appears to be changing his racket ahead of Indian Wells, which is interesting. And that's something to look out for because Tsitsipas obviously had major success. And he said he did it due to the hard courts, slower hard courts, and something to do with the balls. I think the balls making it play slower as well. And it's a recent thing, and Alcaraz may be doing the same. So that's a very interesting thing to watch for in Indian Wells, I think. But, man, look at these wins. Sonego, Kachanov, Berrettini, Griekspoor, and then Auger-Alliasime. That's very impressive wins there. A lot of quality players. Okay, let's jump into these quotes. I think it's at the bottom of this article. There's nothing I can say that ensured the win today. It was just pure fighting and trying my best to avoid that third final loss. It was nerve-wracking. Yeah, so he also had been to this final twice before. One of them was against Federer a few years back while he was still playing. So he was 0-2 in the Dubai final, so he really wanted to not be 0-3. I had a great opponent on the other side of the net. I knew that it was a difficult task to face. Yeah, Auger-Alliasime, he's won more matches on the ATP Tour than anyone in this 2025 season, so he's been playing great. This was his third final. He'd already had a title. He'd been playing great tennis. I'm just proud in ways that I managed the pressure in those crucial moments. He's obviously had struggles with that in the past. He was up 2-0 at a Grand Slam final and didn't get the job done. And he's had other chokes in big spots that I think we've all seen a lot in Grand Slams. It's a big relief that I'm able to hold that trophy finally after the third attempt. It is something that I had in the back of my mind, and I'm happy that it's the first time I've accomplished it. This is something I was fighting for a long time. It's great that it happened here in Dubai. My game kind of clicked and things seemed to work pretty well from the beginning. I'm very happy with the way things progressed over the week and how I was able to close out some matches that didn't seem like they belonged to me, especially in the last couple of days. I had some crazy fights out here. It's great endurance. He's always been great physically, Tsitsipas. He's always been able to go for hours and play back-to-back matches. That's one of the things that you never have to worry about him about. You never see him just out of energy. I feel like he's always there. He's very fit, very good shape. One of the things about him, and that's not something you see with every young player. Like Draper, you don't see that with him and others. Of course, these are the things that we're fighting for as a tennis player, and owning a spot in the top 10 is definitely one of the greatest feelings a tennis player can experience. Again, I haven't touched on that yet. He's back in the top 10 with this win. He was obviously in the top 10 for years and years, but he just recently dropped out with his kind of poor form over the last, 10 months since he won. I believe he won Monte Carlo last spring. So since then, pretty poor form. Dropped out of the top 10. Now he's back in. Great player. But, you can't deny this guy's great player. We all like to say he's underachieving because he hasn't won the Slam and he's falling off. But he's a top player, man. It's been years, and he's been at the top of the game. He keeps winning titles. You got to respect it. I mean, there's so many guys that are just stuck ranked 25th. They're stuck ranked 50th. They're stuck, can't even get in the top 100. This guy's been at a top level for a long time, and you got to respect it. It comes with hard work. It comes with sacrifices. It comes with all of those difficult moments that you have to endure as a tennis player. I'm happy I'm in a winning position and in a position where I can really celebrate now. It's great, man. I'm happy for Tsitsipas. It's going to be interesting to see if he can string this into more. He got the Sunshine Double coming up, 2 Masters 1000 events. He loves the hard courts, so should have a good chance to do pretty well in those tournaments. That's really all I have for this episode, guys. Stefanos Tsitsipas is your Dubai champion this year, back in the top 10 wins his first ATP 500 event. Somehow that's a real stat, but it is. But yeah, that's all I have for this one, guys, and I'll see you next time.